looking at Netflix and you don't know what to watch.
So many movies out there, you don't know which ones are good, which ones were bad.
You're curious about what's out there?
I'm Joey Powers.
I'm Don Tretler.
This is the best pictures.
The ones you don't want to miss.
Hit it.
Say hello to my little friend.
Frankly, my dear, I don't give a damn.
Winners go home and prom queen.
English, motherfucker, do you speak it?
Everyone in this room is now dumber for having listened to it.
I don't deserve this. Deserves got nothing to do with it. No sequel for you.
Hi, and welcome to another edition of the Best Pictures. I'm one of your hosts, Joey Powers.
I'm Don Tretler. Welcome to the show.
So, you finally get to see how the Marvels, or whatever you want to call it, the Avengers movies ended. You saw Infinity War, and then Endgame.
Yep, right.
So that's basically what we're going to talk
So
about.
I got to see the hullabaloo. What it was all about. Because
Yeah.
the first weekend, it was a huge thing. Everybody had to see that movie.
Oh, yeah. I mean,
I saw Craig's son, right? Who
Yep.
also is Joey, right?
Yep.
And I said, so did you see the movie? He goes, what movie? I said, the movie.
What movie?
Then he was like, then it clicked in. He's like, oh, yeah, I saw it. I was the first guy.
So the second weekend of release made $147 million.
So a little less than half of what
Yeah.
it did the weekend before.
It's made, just domestically, it's made $621 million in 10 days. Worldwide, it's made $2.2 billion in 10 days, or like 12 days, because I think it was a couple days earlier.
$2.2 billion.
It's already the second highest grossing worldwide all time.
Could you imagine, like, if they could take a movie like that and they could, like, pledge it to some country like Somalia, say,
Yeah.
we're going to make this movie and we're going to donate all the profits to
feed
Somalia.
and heal everybody.
Yeah, there you go. It's when you hear a number like that, it just sounds ridiculous. You feel like, oh my God.
Well, that's just 10 days. It's just, I think if in the second week, I think The Force Awakens did end up having a little bit more. In the second week, I think it was right around like 149 million versus 147.38. So, but I mean, it's on like right now through 10 days, The Force Awakens, which is the number one domestic grossing movie of all time, made $540 million, and Avengers has made $621 million. So it's pretty far ahead of the pace. So it could be the first ever domestic movie to make $1 billion just domestically.
Wow.
Because should have pulled it up already, but Star Wars: The Force Awakens is by far the most domestically highest grossing of all time. It's like 930 something.
That's a lot of money.
Just domestically.
But it probably costs a lot of money to go to the movies. When's the last time you went to the movies outside of Bellows Falls?
When I saw Daddy's Home 2, that was in Claremont. No, it was pretty expensive. It was a lot more expensive than it was going to BF, without question.
Isn't that funny you say that? I'm trying to think back to what movie did I see. It might have been Daddy's Home too.
Really?
Yeah.
I wonder if we were both there in the same theater and we didn't even know it.
Isn't that weird?
That would have been funny. All right, well, I also saw Justice League in the theater too, and that was in Keene. But again, yeah, it was a lot more than what it is in.
I
Bellows
can't even
Falls.
remember last time I went to the movies outside here.
So just of worldwide grosses of all time, Avatar is number one with 2.787 billion. Avengers is already number two at 2.193.
Wow.
It already passed Titanic, Star Wars, Star Force Awakens, Avengers, Infinity War, Jurassic World, The Avengers, Fury 7, all the Avengers are in the top 10. And then Black Panther is number 10. So, it's pretty popular. It's already by far the most highest grossing domestic movie of the year. All right, so what do you think of Infinity Wars? Or Infinity War. I don't know why.
Oh, I liked it. I thought it was pretty cool.
'Cause that was the first time like any of these guys I had seen in the movie. Because I haven't seen either of the Guardians movies, so I didn't really know much about them.
It's these Guardians of the Galaxy was kind of a different flavor than the other Marvel movies. I kind of felt like I don't know, like you didn't take them as seriously.
I almost feel like they're criminals, just by the way that Chris Pratt talked a couple times. It just seemed like they were in the what's his face, the little.
Oh, the raccoon.
Yeah, Thor calls Rabbit. I think that's so funny. He gets offended. He's like, Rabbit? No, I actually like that better than Endgame. I thought Endgame was just way too far dragged out.
Did you?
It's 3. I mean, it did go by pretty fast considering it was 3 hours, but I don't think it needed to be 3 hours.
Well, interestingly, I watched him with my girlfriend, and my son saw Infinity War when it came out, and then he was in the theater. He saw Endgame the same night I did, and he and I liked Endgame better
Really?
than Infinity War. Yeah,
What about you, Colin? No, I see Colin and I are in the same.
and my girlfriend liked Infinity War better.
Yeah, so did both of us.
It's interesting because there is kind of a split. I went back and I read some reviews, and I think it was Matt Zoller Sites. I think he's the one that reviewed. I think he reviewed both of them on the Ebert site, and he liked Endgame better. Not that that means anything, because I'm not like a super Matt Zoller Sites fan or anything.
Right.
He's the guy that promoted the Superman, Man of Steel, which I've nicknamed Man of Stink.
Yeah, that was.
I
Yep.
wish I'd have never even gone into the movie theater, and that guy like gave it a positive review.
Yeah, it was pretty
It was pretty bad.
terrible. Yeah.
These were not bad movies.
Oh
These
no,
were both
not at all.
good
These were
movies.
good movies. These were both very good movies.
Well, tell me something. How important do you think it is to see like a movie like this, or we were talking about Force Awakens, Avatar, to see them the first weekend that they come out?
This I wanted to see. Well, we were just talking about it because I didn't want anyone spoiling it for me. Like Colin had to him. I didn't realize Colin had already known what was going to happen.
He already went and known. Because, like when I lived in New York City, we had the chance. You could go to the movies. You'd get on huge lines and be the first people to see the movie when it came out.
I'm not really big into going and seeing it, like because it's generally just so busy if it's a big movie. I did see like this. I didn't even see Infinity War until not last Wednesday, the Wednesday before. The night before I was originally going to see Endgame. But then I watched it and I ended up not going the next night like I was planning on it. So I watched it again because that's how much I liked it. And I don't know, Alex, we were talking about it earlier. Alex is right. I mean, I think everyone pretty much kind of had a good idea of what was going to happen. You know, at the end of Infinity War, are those people all really dead? Did you really honestly think they were all going to be dead? I actually had a friend that thought that they were all the Avengers were going to die. And that, and that Thanos was going to win. And
That's what I thought. Because nobody, I guess it wasn't spoiled for me because I thought everybody was going to get wiped out at the end of the movie.
that's what my friend
But
thought.
the fact that they had Endgame made you think, okay, well, somebody has to get resurrected or somebody was left behind.
Right.
Which, if I had seen it, that would have been pretty cool because 50%. So they had a whole bunch of them got killed, but you still had Iron Man. You still
had the
Captain
original
America.
Avengers, like
Right.
yeah.
Thor.
Which at first I thought, maybe that's how it's going to end. Maybe it's just going to be the originals from the first movie.
Right. That would have been cool.
And then all of a sudden, the Black Panther people show up. And then I yelled at a little girl. And well, she freaked out. I'm like, will you shut up? Like, we're trying to watch the movie. Because once you saw the Black Panther people show up, you knew everybody was coming back. They weren't just going to bring them back. The one thing I didn't see, and I don't know if it's really considered a spoiler anymore because it's been over 2 weeks. So anyone that really wanted to see it that bad has seen it. I didn't see Black Widow die. I was kind of disappointed because she was one of my favorite characters.
Didn't she go off the side of the cliff?
Yeah, and I did figure that there was gonna be like a martyr, so to speak, or whatever, and it was gonna be the biggest star, and of course, Iron Man ends up taking one for the team, and which I think probably most people thought that if one of them was gonna die, it was gonna be him, because he
Right.
seemed like the most likely one to die between him or Captain America, the Incredible Hulk,
Thor.
Thor. You know, those three are pretty like unhuman, as opposed to he's just a robot. You know, because I think in the first Avenger, the Hulk said he tried killing himself, tried blowing his brains out, and the green guy like spit the bullet out or something. You know, so it's. But yeah, I thought that was gonna happen. They got an 8.9. Last week it was at 9.2. So it is slowly going down as more people have seen it and
It's
rated
slowly
it.
equaling out.
But I was gonna check. What do you think? What do you think Infinity War got? Or as Colin calls it, Xfinity War.
Well, I think it probably got about the same, 8.8. No, maybe it got more, right? So if the other one is going 8.9, but I think it probably got similar, 8.9.
I'm betting it's probably in the same, probably around the same, even though I like 8.5. So now, have you seen all 4 of the Avengers movies?
No, I saw
you
the
haven't
first
seen,
one when it came
You
out.
haven't seen Age of Ultron. I would say, without even looking at this, I'm going to, but before I do, I would say that Age of Ultron is probably the lowest rated of the 4.
Yeah.
Um,
Well, they have it at our library here, and I missed it. I should have taken it out when I had the chance.
I
'cause
wish
it
I'd
wasn't
known.
there last week.
I would have brought it for you. I have it.
Because now I'm curious. Infinity War started with Thor, and I guess it was and the Guardians of the Galaxy,
Yeah.
and they had been attacked.
Yeah.
That Asgard had been attacked by Thanos. So I wonder, like, is that what happened at the end of Age of Ultron?
I don't think so.
Like they pick up and there's this disaster. I mean, I guess that's how a comic
I don't
book
remember,
starts
to be
anyway.
honest with you.
That's the end of Thor Ragnarok.
Oh,
And-
see, I haven't seen that, so. And Loki didn't come back because he was a stone, so, he died. Age of Ultron got 7.3,
Which is still highly watchable.
but it's substantially less than the
right.
last two, and I guarantee the first Avengers got better than, it's got to be over 8.
Yeah, so that was interesting. I guess it would be really cool to watch these in order.
Well, this is what I was telling you about. This is the 22, and they actually added one to it. The one that comes out in July is Spider-Man: Far From Home.
Oh,
But this is the order of each of how they all got filmed.
wow. So I actually could. So if you watch it in this order, you would really get into the story.
That's what I'm gonna do. Actually, 8.1 was the first Avengers. A girl that I worked with at Shona Grill actually took the time and wrote it all down for me, and then I lost the list. So,
Okay, so the Avengers, it got 8.1.
yep,
I'm just going to write it on your list.
yeah, go for it.
No.
Well, here, do it to the
Iron
other
Man 3, so there were already 2 Iron Mans.
So this
out.
one's. Oh wait, where's Age of Ultron? That's 7.3. If you want to write it down.
All right, let's go. 7.3, Age of Ultron.
And then 8.5 is Infinity War. And then 8.9 was Endgame. Alex is watching like he wants to say something, but no, he's being quiet today.
Well, this is interesting because I wonder. I mean, I guess it would kind of flow if you watched the whole story. You watched all these movies in order like this. Though, I watched Doctor Strange relatively recently, and it seems like it stands alone. There are no other Avengers in it that I remember. Are there?
I haven't seen it.
I don't
and
think so.
honestly, maybe like a month ago, I would tell you that I would never be interested in watching that because it's not my kind of movie. But after seeing his character in the last 2 Avengers movies, I actually kind of like the guy. He's kind of funny. Like I forget what Robert Downey Jr. does, but he like puts his foot on, or no, he's stretching on something. I forget what it was, but it's like a ancient artifact or something like that. And he just kind of like smacks him. He's like, okay, I'll take that. But it's just, I don't know. It does, yeah. I mean, it doesn't seem like Benedict Cumberbatch. I don't even know how to pronounce his name. He's a good actor, though. I
Yes.
think he's a really good actor.
Now, what about this one? The Incredible Hulk. Which one is that?
That's Edward Norton.
That's the Edward Norton one.
The one in 2003 was Eric Bana. I don't know if you've seen that one or not, but that is probably the worst movie Ang Lee's ever done.
Oh,
It was terrible. You know what? I'm kind of curious to see because that one's the Incredible Hulk. The one with Eric Bana is just called the Hulk.
oh.
Probably because whoever directed The Incredible Hulk didn't want anyone to get the two confused because that's how bad. All right, I'm going to look it up, but I think The Incredible Hulk must have gotten much better than
And that's one I have at home. I have that Incredible Hulk at home.
the one with Eric Bana.
With Edward Norton.
Oh, so I got a 6.7.
Oh, so it's still above the watchable.
Yeah, no, it's a good movie. I've seen it. I own it. That's the thing that's messed up is I own some of these, and the ones that I own I've seen, minus the Guardians movies. So I have floated all around. So it's going to be really interesting to see watching it in order what I'm actually going to pick up that I missed out on.
Right.
Because of they probably say something and you're you should be laughing at that or you get the inside joke or whatever, but I have no idea because I haven't seen them. So, all right, here we go. Let's go.
Do you think that many people, though, have seen them all in order and get all the jokes?
Probably not.
No, it's probably only like a select few.
5.6 for the one with Eric Bana.
Oh.
And I think that's being generous, to be honest.
And that's below the Mendoza line.
Yeah. Yeah, it's not. I remember I bought it for my nephew for his birthday because it came out right around the same time as his birthday. And I watched it with him, and I think he was 5 at the time.
Did he cry?
No, but I remember watching it and I was like, you're too young to be watching this. I don't know why. It's it was PG-13, but it was pretty violent.
Yeah.
The Hulk kills a couple of the dogs and it was pretty violent. And Eric Bana, he's never going to win an Oscar, but even playing the Hulk, he was terrible. He's just not a good actor.
Yeah.
Have you seen the one with Eric Bana?
No.
No.
I don't think I have.
But have you seen the one with Ed Norton?
I did, yeah. That's the one I have at home. The
that's pretty
Incredible
good.
Hulk.
I think it's pretty good. It's not in the same level as the Avengers. I would probably say I liked it better than Age of Ultron. I really didn't. I just saw Age of Ultron. I had an Avengers marathon, the weekend before I saw Endgame. And Age of Ultron's just not in the same category as the other ones.
No.
No, it just... it's not a bad movie, but the other ones, you just hold up kind of high. And it's just an average superhero movie, There didn't really seem like there was as much common... the first Avengers, I thought was pretty funny. Tony Stark trying to get the Hulk, or Bruce Banner to turn into the Hulk, where he's, pecking him with stuff, and Captain America's getting all pissed at him, you have no idea how much danger you could put us in, and then the Hulk turns into the Hulk and chases Black Widow, and gets into a fight with Thor.
So Black Widow's in that one.
In the Avengers, yeah. The first Avengers.
Oh, okay.
Oh, well, yeah, she's in all the Avengers movies. Technically, if you really think about it, there's technically 5 because Captain America Civil War really is... other than the Hulk and Thor, all the other characters are there. Not like the Guardians people, but all the other characters from the first 2 Avengers movies.
Right.
Well,
all right.
Have you seen that one?
What's that?
Civil War?
Is that the first one?
No, it's a Captain America.
Oh, Captain America, no.
But it really is more of a...
I saw the first Captain America.
I haven't. I have the second one
The
because...
first Avenger.
Yeah, that's the first one. I have this one because it was in the case of this. So I bought it from the guy at the pet food place for $1 or whatever. And then I got home and it was that. So I haven't seen it because I want to watch the first one first.
Yeah, I haven't seen a lot of these. Let's see. I don't think I saw Iron Man 3 or
I haven't seen any of the Iron Mans.
any of the Thors.
I haven't seen any of the Thors, but I like Thor. I didn't think I would, but I actually like his character quite a bit. He's funny. I like Loki too, and I'm pretty sure he's probably in all of the. Go.
So there's one Spider-Man movie in this 22.
Yeah, I don't like that Tom Holland kid.
No?
Captain America Civil War got 7.8. So that was quite a bit higher than Age of Ultron.
Yeah, that's pretty good.
So. Yeah, I was never a big Spider-Man fan though. I didn't really care for any of the ones. The third one with Tobey Maguire was terrible. I don't know if you saw that one or not, where they kind of tried to make it dark, and he was half good, half bad.
Oh, well, yeah, and then it had the other, it had the black guy.
Topher Grace is in it, and
but it had the
Venom.
Venom.
Venom, yeah. And it had Lowell from Wings.
Oh, right.
Thomas Hayden Church. He
was
plays
in
like
this-
he plays Sandman.
Wasn't he in the second one too, or that was the one he was in?
No, he was
Sandman.
in 3. Yeah, he was Sandman in 3. 2 was Alfred Molina.
Right.
Played Doc Ock.
Okay, so maybe I did see some of the third Spider-Man.
And the first one was William Dafoe playing the Green Goblin. That was
I like that one.
I like that one too. I like the one with Doc Octopus too. I just did not like the last one. It just I don't think Tobey Maguire's a very good actor to begin with. And they tried to make him actually like kind of act playing Spider-Man as opposed to the first two where it was just all the scenery and everything.
And where's Tobey Maguire now? We haven't seen him in a long time.
I don't know. The last movie I saw him in was Brothers with him and Jake Gyllenhaal and Natalie Portman. And that was actually pretty good, but it wasn't because of him. It's because Jake Gyllenhaal and Natalie Portman were pretty
Yeah. There's some heavyweights right there.
good. Yeah. I don't know, who's your favorite character of all of them? Now that you've seen the last two with all the characters in them.
I kind of like Doctor Strange. I think he's pretty wild.
Yeah. I mean, I'm always... Who's yours? Thor? I like the Hulk.
The Hulk.
The Hulk's my favorite.
Yeah, Mark Ruffalo. He's
Yeah,
he's pretty
he's
appealing.
definitely better than Eric Bana or even Edward Norton. I like Edward Norton a lot, but I thought Mark Ruffalo was a better choice for
Yeah.
the Hulk.
In Endgame, my favorite was Ronan, which is Hawkeye's new name.
Okay.
Oh, it's his new name. Why did he change his name?
Because he went to Japan for 5 years and killed Yakuza.
Oh, that's what he was doing there, huh?
I assume, that's what I picked up. I'm not a big comic book fan, I don't know. But I'm assuming that's what he was doing.
All
Well,
right.
thanks for ruining it for us, Colin. God. I like the little guy.
Groot.
No, the other guy.
The raccoon.
The raccoon, yeah.
Rocket.
Yeah. I like him. That's Bradley Cooper, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Doesn't sound like him.
It doesn't sound like him at all. At first I was confused. I was like, is that Bradley Cooper or is that Vin Diesel? Because I know one was one and one was the other.
You should see. I really liked the first one, the first Guardians of the Galaxy, and the second one didn't quite live up to that. So I don't know what the ratings are for those, but the first one was a fun ride. I got to say, that was
Yeah.
it was a pretty fun movie. I would recommend you watch that one.
So
Here you
does-
are. You're gonna watch as one of these.
I own both of them, so. So does all Groot say is I am Groot?
I am Groot.
Is that all he says? Like
I don't think he says anything.
I don't think I
else.
was gonna say I don't think he said anything other than I am Groot, and he's playing with his video game the whole time. And Rocket is always yelling at him, and telling him to stop playing with it. So who really is the captain? Is Rocket really the captain, or is it actually Chris Pratt's character?
I think it's kind of Chris Pratt's character. What's his name? Quill.
Quill, right?
But he's kind of a goofy captain, which is kind of fun. That's why it was kind of disconcerting to see him at the end of Infinity War get kind of vaporized. I was kind of like, you don't want to see him get vaporized. Some of these other guys, I didn't care.
Right? Yeah. No. Exactly. Me neither. I'm trying to.
But I thought he was kind of a goofy, fun character.
All right. I'm just gonna check up what the ratings were for the two Guardians movies here. The first one got 8.1.
8.1, huh?
That's pretty good.
So the other one's got to be a little lower, I think.
Yeah, it must be.
That puts it into the sevens.
Nope. Oh.
So I think those are kind of fun characters. I don't know if they kind of went along with some of these other characters. There were a lot of peripheral characters too. You know, like we were talking about Hawkeye, Ronan. He wasn't in the. He was. Matter of fact, I don't know if he was in Infinity War. Was he? I don't think he was in that.
Hawkeye wasn't in Infinity War, no. Him and who's the other one, Colin, that wasn't in it? Ant-Man.
Ant-Man.
Yeah.
Well, that's because they discovered Ant-Man in the last one. So Ant-Man was.
But he was in the first one and the second one. And I believe he was in Civil War too. So he was in a lot of them, but he didn't have any of his own movies. Like the Hulk really, other than the one with Edward Norton, they didn't really. I mean, he was in all the Avengers movies, and he was in Thor Ragnarok.
Right.
But he didn't have any really other than the first one. He didn't have a second or third movie. Like Captain America technically had 3. Iron Man had 3.
Thor had 3?
Thor had 3. I think Ant-Man had 2. Spider-Man's having his second one come out. And Guardians had 2. So the Hulk, I think, is the only, or Doctor Strange only had 1,
Yeah.
2. So,
Yeah, that's true.
but
Well,
I don't know. It's gonna be fun to watch them all in order.
so I wonder why, well, they didn't have some of the other ones. Black Panther had 1,
Black Panther had 1, right?
right? And some of those other characters, like, wasn't there the guy that was flying around? What was he? He was
Oh, is that Falcon?
the Falcon.
Right? Yeah. Yeah, it looks like
He didn't get his own movie, did
he's,
he?
He's probably gonna be the new Captain America by the looks of it. By the way it ended, and Endgame ended, it looked like he was kind of passing. Steve Rogers was passing the torch on to him because it shows him age at the very end of the movie. But I mean, if that was really it for the Avengers movies, it was fun. That's
Yeah.
why I am gonna watch all the individual ones just to.
What about the Black Widow? She was only in the Avenger movies? She didn't get her own movie?
No, she didn't get her own movie. I don't think she was in anything else other than the Avengers movie.
Oh, Captain Marvel. Is
I think
Captain Marvel on this list?
She only got 1, and she was at the very end.
She was in the Avengers movies, Captain America
And Civil War.
She's getting her own movie, I believe.
Is it going to be a new, like a reboot? Because Scarlett Johansson's
Prequel.
character died,
Prequel.
but it's
As far as
still
I'm
going to
aware.
be Scarlett Johansson though.
Yes.
That's good. She looks
Wow.
nice in her outfit. So she's
Yeah, that was a very nice outfit.
yes, it's very flattering.
So,
No, that's good.
yeah, so
like-
Captain Marvel kind of came in. That was kind of unexpected. And she came into the whole thing. I mean, I don't know. That was
I haven't
interesting.
I haven't seen Captain Marvel. Have you?
No. Did it come to Bellas Falls?
It must
Probably-
have.
it
Yeah,
probably did.
it
We
must
missed it.
have. It was such a big movie. One of my friends told me it was pretty much Superman with boobs. I was like, okay, I guess that's one way of looking at it. I haven't seen it, so I don't know. But
What about Supergirl?
isn't
Wasn't
there
there-
isn't there a Supergirl?
There was a Supergirl.
I think there
yeah.
was a Supergirl. Yeah.
Helen Slater.
Oh my God. Yeah.
That's weird. I pulled that out of. I don't know where I pulled that out
The
of.
secret of my success. Her and Michael J. Fox.
Yeah, Helen Slater. I pulled that out of the depths of my brain. For you people. So that was another thing I was going to talk about is that in the last movie, right? So Endgame, they had this whole thing about reversing time, which Superman did in the Superman movie. It was like Superman 2, Superman 3, like 30 years ago. He did that. He flew around the earth and he made it go backwards and he brought somebody back to life. Lois Lane probably brought her back to life. I don't know. So it was
Yes.
a whole bringing back time thing. So I don't know.
It's supposed to be coming out this year. It's Black Widow, and she is playing Black Widow again. So that's
wow.
good. She's a good actress, I think. Anyway, not just the fact that she's nice to look at. but-
Oh, that's what I was going to ask. Like, how many Academy Award winners were in this? Like, if you took all these 22 movies,
Actual winners?
yeah. Like, check this out. Okay, so Iron Man had Jeff Bridges, who won best
Best
actor,
actor for Crazy Heart.
right? I don't know what he is in any other movies. William Hurt was in. I don't know if it was Infinity. I think it was.
I think it is
He was in
Infinity
Infinity
War.
War, and then he had like a little cameo.
He had a cameo
In
in,
Endgame. He won the Academy Award one year.
in Incredible Hulk. He's in the very end of Incredible Hulk. I mean, just nominations. I know there's a ton of nominations between all these actors. I mean, Natalie Portman has an Oscar
Natalie Portman
for Black
yeah.
Swan. You should have asked this a while ago. We could have done this all episode.
We should look this up. This would be something we can tell you next week. We'll
Yeah,
tell you how many
actually,
of these
that's-
people won Academy Awards.
Yeah, that's a good idea because, I mean, Jeremy Renner has been nominated at least 2 or 3 times. Robert Downey Jr. has been nominated several times.
right.
So Black Panther was nominated for Best Picture. You know, I mean, a lot of people felt Black
Did
Panther.
Benjamin Cumberbatch? Did he?
He was Benedict Cumberbatch. He was nominated for Best Actor. He didn't win, but he
Yeah.
was nominated one year. Who plays Thanos? Josh Brolin. He's been nominated
Just right.
before. So yeah, we'll have to look that up and
pretty interesting. But they got a lot of like quality actors and
Oh
actresses
yeah,
for
yeah.
this
Don
movie.
Cheadle's been nominated several times. You know, I mean, that's what I was going to mention to you. Just, I mean, the cast. Scarlett Johansson's been nominated before.
There was another woman in there too. So let's see, Black Widow and
Vision is
Yeah.
the Olsen girl, Elizabeth Olsen.
yeah, right.
I don't think she's been nominated before.
What happened with that? Like, that came out of nowhere. Like I had no idea who that guy even was. He's got a crystal in his head, and I was like,
Oh, you know who that is? That was what was this?
Paul Bettany.
Yeah, I had to look it up because I was watching Age of Ultron. And I was like, that guy looks so familiar.
He's
I was
in
like,
Age of Ultron.
Yeah, I was like, I think that's where they get introduced. Him and Vision, and Vision actually has a brother played by Aaron Tyler Johnson, whatever his name is.
Vision's the guy with the gem in his hat.
Oh,
Yeah.
Vision's the guy. Yeah, who's the
Scarlet
girl?
Witch.
Scarlet Witch.
Scarlet
yes.
I
Witch.
haven't even
Yes.
watched that movie.
Yeah, you saw the other ones. Shut up, Colin. All right, well, we're gonna be wrapping up shortly.
Oh yeah,
anyway.
we got to wrap up here. Boy, that went pretty fast.
Yeah, no, I
Rapping
knew it
on
would.
about this.
We didn't really ruin it all that much for people, I don't think.
Well, the
did
point
all-
wasn't really to ruin it. The point was
No.
kind of just
do a
look at it.
recap.
And they're really good. So if you haven't seen them, watch them. Because what I thought was interesting, this isn't even a spoiler alert. This is like I went into Infinity War thinking that everybody gets wiped out, right? So that was the impression I walked in. So that was for whatever spoiler alert that was that somebody told me. And then Endgame. I don't think anybody told me anything about Endgame, so I'm just kind of going in with an impression about what happened, and I guess I thought people were going to get killed in that one too, which interesting.
Like I said, I had a couple friends that thought everybody was gonna die, but I kind of thought everyone was gonna come back, and then Iron Man would ultimately be the one to go. Like I said, didn't see Black Widow coming, but no. All in all, I thought that they did a really good job ending this series.
Yeah,
You know, like I said, I definitely liked Infinity War better than I call it Xfinity War.
so does
sometimes.
that means that none of these guys are going to have movies in it, which is good because you can really
Well,
like,
Spider-Man's got one coming out in like 2 months.
right, okay, and we just said Black Widow.
Black Widow's doing a prequel. So I don't know what the deal is. I figured the way they were making it sound like Endgame was the end. So.
Well, I mean, these guys are going to start getting pretty old, so it's really going to be. I mean, Robert Downey Jr.
I was
I think
thinking
he's older than I am, so he's got to be close to like 60 years old.
I think he's 54. I looked up a lot of the people's ages,
Oh yeah.
and
Endgame is the end of the Infinity Stone arc.
gotcha.
Because that was set up through like Thor and the Tesseract, and that was in one of Captain America's Vision. There's stones in all the movies.
Which is all of this, all
Yeah.
those movies. Yeah. Okay. That's kind of.
So maybe they'll end it so we don't have to watch these guys get old,
Or they might do the typical Hollywood thing and just replace them with younger actors.
Yeah.
Start over.
Well, like they did with James Bond.
They're doing another Sherlock Holmes with Robert Downey Jr. and Jude Law.
Which would be a third one.
Yeah. Which I was
Did you
kind of surprised. I haven't seen any of them.
Oh, me either. I was going to ask if they were good.
I haven't really liked anything Guy Ritchie's ever done, so I just kind
Right.
of stayed away.
Well, obviously, I stayed away too, so I didn't see them.
All right.
Interestingly.
So, I mean, that was our critiquing of the Avengers.
Well, hopefully you enjoyed listening to us talk about the Avengers, and hope if you saw it, hopefully you enjoyed it. And if you haven't, go out and enjoy it.
Yeah. Even though we ruined it for you now.
It's a good movie.
I'm one of your hosts, Joey Powers.
I'm Don Tretler, and these are the ones that you don't want to
wanna
miss.
Gentlemen, you can't fight in here. This is the war room.
Here's Johnny. Go ahead. Make my day.
Life moves pretty fast. You don't stop and look around once in a while, you could miss it.